Welcome back. It is yours truly, Nick, of Movie AV Impulse. And today's special guest, I am super excited for. If you don't know, if it's your first time to the channel, these are my top fives. I do these every Wednesday. And the only thing I ask you guys to do is just smash that like button for me, because it really helps me get into that algorithm, and I love doing these top fives. This is probably one of my favorite segments. I also like talking about movie reviews, 4K transfers, Blu-ray transfers, just movies in general, and I like to do rants. My special guest today, I am super excited. It is the one, the only Hux. And if you don't know who Hux is, he does a lot of different things over on his channel, which, don't forget, will be linked down below. So I hit up Hux and I said, hey, would you mind doing a top five with me? And he was like, absolutely. Both kind of ran some ideas by each other, and then we came to a conclusion of doing Arnold Schwarzenegger. And guess what? I have not seen that video yet. He just sent it to me. I downloaded it. And the only time I'm going to see it is when I go into editing. So it's going to be a surprise for me. And I don't know if we have duplicates or not. But let's get into that intro. And then after that intro, you're going to see Hux's top five Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. So let's go.
Hey Nick, man, thank you so much for letting me participate in your top five. These are always so much fun. I love doing these things. I love watching these things. And of course, you and I get to do Schwarzenegger together. Now, Arnold's got a nice, list of hit movies that I think a lot of people gravitate towards. And I don't think this is going to be too much of a surprising list, because I think his top ones are ones that everyone loves. And I don't want to make this list and try to I'm going to put this on here just to be different and cool. No, I'm going to stick to the ones that I like the most, and they tend to be the crowd favorites. So let's just get on with it, right? Okay, at number one, here we go, man. Commando! It's like such a killer movie from the 80s, man. Look at him at his beefiest best in the 80s, these bad dudes steal his daughter, and he's hell-bent on getting her back, and, body count in this thing is ridiculous. Love Commando. Next up is this sci-fi juggernaut by Paul Verhoeven, starring Arnold, Sharon Stone. You got just some Michael Ironside in here, where, of course, Arnold, he gets the implant, or does he? Because the whole thing happens the way the implant said it was going to. So is it a dream, or did it really happen? That's the beauty of Total Recall. You don't really know, and it doesn't matter, because it's such an awesome ride, such a great movie. Love it. And of course, let's go with True Lies, man. True Lies. This is James Cameron's answer to James Bond, and we get Schwarzenegger playing Bond basically in this. And you're in for a good ride. Look, you got Jamie Lee Curtis, who's absolutely phenomenal in this film. That scene when she's dancing, Arnold's like so good. Tom Arnold is his sidekick. He's hilarious. This thing is such a winner chicken dinner. Tia Carrera, she's fantastic. But yeah, this is one we sorely need an upgrade to Blu-ray or 4K. Come on, let's go. True Lies. Number three. At number two, look, this is one that is one of my favorites. I think it's one of many people's favorites, and this could easily be back and forth at number one and number two. Today, it's going to go number two, sitting pretty, is Predator. Yep, going to go with the original Predator. I mean, come on, how fun was this? As soon as, Carl Weathers walks in and he's all like, Dylan, you son of a bitch, and they slap hands, their muscles are popping. Here's the gun show, y'all. You knew you were in for a good time. And this is one of the best creature features out there. The Predator, designed by Stan Winston, is absolutely phenomenal, who also, designed the endoskeletons for Terminator. So, the guy's work is just primo. So love that. That's number two. Now, before I show you the number one, let me just give you just a tiny little, honorable mentions here. I'm going to go with the first, big sword and sandal movie, Conan the Barbarian, the original one. That thing was just badass. Sandal Bergman, James Earl Jones, just so good. That's put Arnold on the map. The next one, let's go with another action thriller, with Vanessa Williams' Eraser. A lot of people don't talk about this film, but I feel it's right up there with probably, so like Commando and things like that. I feel like it's in that sort of, that category of good Arnold action movies. So we're going to give that a little nod. And of course, Arnold does the one thing Sly always couldn't quite do on screen, and that is comedy. And I'm going to go with Twins. I know a lot of people like Jingle All the Way, but I'm going to lean towards Twins as my favorite comedy for him. All right, now at number 1, of course, you haven't seen it yet, but here it is. The franchise, it's just, look, I mean, they're both great. It's Terminator, right? You got your Terminator 1, Terminator 2, but which one am I going to go for? I didn't want to like take up 2 slots on the top 5 with the same franchise. So, all right, look, I'm just going to go with 2 because I feel what it does in 2 is it ratchets up 1, sort of like how he took Alien and turned it up to 11, to quote Spinal Tap, to Aliens. I think he did that in Terminator. Linda Hamilton turns from sort of like this meat girl who, you know, ended up saving the day at the end to a real ass kicker in this thing. The transformation Linda Hamilton goes through is fantastic. Robert Patrick as the T-1000 is incredible. What a great, you know, foil for Arnold. And even Eddie Furlong is really good as young John Connor. So we're going to have to round this top 5 out with Terminator to Judgment Day. Look, we even got the, you know, the Skynet edition. Look at that bad boy. Boom! Terminator 2, y'all. All right. Nick, that's it. That is my top 5, man. I hope you've dug it. I know these are the big powerhouse Arnold movies, so the question is this the one top 5 that you're going to match exactly the same 5 movies with your guest? It could happen on this, but the question is if it does, are they in the exact same spot? That would be so trippy, dude. All right, ball's in your court, Nick. Take it away.
Man, Hux, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough, and I hope to get you back on the channel. And I didn't even see your picks yet, so if you're watching this, this is literally, like I said, when I went into editing, obviously I edit, and that's when I seen your picks, but I haven't gone into editing yet, so I hope we don't have duplicates, but we probably do. Now, we're going into my top 5 Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. After you're done watching the video, I want to hear down in the comments, what are your top 5s? Number 5. And that is going to be Total Recall. Now, I do have this Steelbook edition with the lenticular, I can never say that right. I hope I said it right. Cover. This is the actual Steelbook. And Total Recall was just, growing up in the 80s was like a staple. When this movie came out, I just thought, when I watched it as a kid, the visual effects, the, you know, 3-boobed lady, I just thought everything in here was just awesome. Yes, this is a pretty cool Steelbook, and then when you flip it around, you also get the Terminator 2. But for this pick, for number 5, I am going to go with Total Recall. And I just love how this flips to, just, I don't know if you can see that, but hopefully you can. But just such an awesome, awesome Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. And basically it's the whole thing of him going to Mars. And, you know, he forgets that he's like this. You know what? If you've never seen it, just go see it. Coming in at number 4. Now, number 4... it's probably going to be no surprise, but for me, I think that this movie has one of the best film villains, hands down. But because the whole focus was on Arnold Schwarzenegger, he doesn't get the recognition he deserves. But Last Action Hero, this movie was totally awesome, especially growing up. When I first watched it, like, who doesn't want to be sucked into their favorite movie that they're watching? Listen, if I could have been sucked into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and hung out with them, and I'm talking like the first movie from the 90s, if I could have been sucked in with them with a magic ticket, man, I would have loved every single second of it. This movie was just so great, and the villain I absolutely love. Man, they don't give him enough credit, especially when he's always switching out his eyeball. That shit is just so cool to me. But yes, coming in at number 4, Last Action Hero. Coming in at number 3. Now this one might be a shocker because it's number 3 on my list. But coming in at number 3, Terminator 2. And yes, this is the infamous 4K transfer that everybody hates. But, I mean, I had to get it. It was 4K. And I love this movie so much that I own that Steelbook Blu-ray edition because those are only Blu-rays. And then I also own the 4K. But I'll be honest with you, I really just watch the Blu-ray version. I don't really watch the 4K version. But, it is what it is, and this is coming in at number 3. And I still love it. I mean, it's still a fantastic movie. I like this one better than the original Terminator. This is one of those rare occasions where part 2 is better than part 1. Now, I'm going to get some slack for this one, but for me, if you know me, if you follow my channel, you've heard this before. Comedy is my second favorite genre. First one being mobster / gangster movies. I love mob movies. I've been obsessed with the mob since I was a kid. But anyways, this one's gonna probably wow a lot of you. And I don't know if Huck's mentioned this one, but twins. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito in this movie are absolutely hilarious. I have the Shout Factory version, which I absolutely love. I love this. The Blu-ray transfer came out fantastic, but the last time I owned this movie was on VHS. So, I mean, from VHS to Blu-ray, if it doesn't look better, there's something wrong with that production studio company. But I mean, this one is just a staple for me. The fact that Arnold Schwarzenegger is the smart one and Danny DeVito is just this corrupt guy that just wants to make money and owes everybody money. It's such a crazy, wild ride. And it's just, this comedy is, I mean, even their tagline, only their mother can tell them apart. It's so hilarious. If you have not seen Twins and if you don't own the Blu-ray, I know this is available on Amazon and it is the Shout Factory. And if you're a spine collector, that's number 113. I am not a spine collector, numbers collector at all. I just buy the movies that I like, and Twins is number 2. Okay, I've got to throw in one honorable mention. He gets a lot of slack for playing this role, but even though this movie is bad, and my God, is it really bad? And it's only really because of the costume designs and the fact that you guys will understand. And that's going to be Batman and Robin. And I don't know, man, Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze, I loved. He was just barbaric. The simple, just cheesy lines is what made it for me, and I think it was absolutely hilarious. And I won't take that back. But Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy, anybody who tells me that she wasn't hot in that movie, you're out your mind. Coming in at number 1, and this has just always been my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. And yes, I know before you guys criticize and you guys go running your mouth about, oh, this already has a 4K Blu-ray. I don't know why you did blah. Because I didn't want to upgrade. I love the version that I have. So if I don't need to upgrade, I'm not going to upgrade. And y'all need to stop acting like Blu-rays are like poison. Like, they're still great transfers. And don't forget, you'll miss out on a lot of good movies if you're that stubborn and you only want to collect the highest format. Sometimes you just got to make a decision and stick with it and love the decision that you make. But anyways, coming in at my number 1, Predator. What else can I say about this? Predator was just totally fantastic. The backstory to Predator is fantastic. I don't know if you ever know, but Jean-Claude Van Damme was supposed to be the Predator, and it was a whole different costume, a whole different setup. He was a whole different monster. What I gather and what I got from a whole bunch of different interviews is that Jean-Claude Van Damme was just 1, too demanding, 2 was just a little crybaby, and 3, he just couldn't find the quote-unquote time to keep doing reshoots and retakes and all that. So they replaced him, and I think the decision that they made was fantastic because after seeing what the original costume was supposed to look like, I really don't think this would have been the same movie. But this Blu-ray edition, the Ultimate Hunters Edition, the bonus features on here, I'm just a bonus feature guy. I love finding out little tidbit information. about movies. And I think that's why I love it when Andrew comments down below, because sometimes that man's movie knowledge absolutely kills me. He knows so much about films and everything. So I absolutely love it. Like I said, tons of bonus features, and I love the way this transfer came out. I don't need to upgrade to 4K, and that's just that. Check out Predators, the best one. All the other ones to me are absolute trash. I said it. That's it. Trash. That's it. Thank y'all for tuning in. I hope you like the top 5. I hope you like Huck's pick. And if you're not following Huck's, I will link him down below once again. He does like lives every Tuesday, or yes, every Tuesday. I'm sorry, Huck's. I swear you forget everything when you're on camera. He's always on a whole bunch of live streams with other people on other channels. And he's just a great guy to watch. He does movie hunts. He goes to Walmart. He goes to all different stores. Goes to swap meets. And to me, if you're going to watch somebody that goes to swap meets, I think Hux is one of the more fun guys to definitely go and follow. But anyways, oh, he also does trivia stuff, man. I'm telling you, you're going to love this guy's channel. Again, he's going to be down below. Make sure you read those descriptions. There's a reason why we make the descriptions, so that people read them. I understand it's not a popular thing to read anymore. Anyways, read them descriptions. Hit that like button for me. And I will see you Sunday with, hopefully, if it comes in on time, another movie review with a first time on 4K Blu-ray. And I can't wait because I am super excited for it. I hope you can see the enthusiasm in my face. Anyways, I will see y'all on Sunday. And just like the hillbillies say,
y'all come back now. Here